Okay, we are at 7 p.m. So I am Lisa Clark, the corporate officer, and I'm going to call the meeting to order. The first thing we're going to do tonight is the oath of office for the mayor-elect and councillor-elects. So the first person I'm going to call up is Mayor-elect Mark Baker to take his oath. So you can read that.
I, Mark Baker, do solemnly affirm that I am qualified to hold the office of mayor of the village of Sayward, into which I've been elected. I have complied with the provisions of the Local Government Act in relation to my election of this office. I will abide by the rules related to conflicts of interest under the community charter. I will carry out my duties with integrity. I will be accountable for decisions that I make and the actions that I take in the course of my duties. I will be respectful of others. I will demonstrate leadership and collaboration. I will perform my duties of office according with the law.
Okay, next is councillor-elect Scott Burchett.
I, Scott Burchett, solemnly affirm that I'm qualified to hold the office of councillor for the village of Sayward, to which I have been elected. I've complied with the provisions of the Local Government Act in relation to my election to this office. I will abide by all rules related to conflicts of interest under the community charter. I will carry out my duties with integrity. I will be accountable for the decisions that I make and the actions that I take in the course of my duties. I will be respectful of others. I will demonstrate leadership and collaboration. I will perform the duties of my office in accordance with the law.
Thank you. Sorry. Next, I'll call councillor-elect Cohen Gilkin.
I, Cohen Gilkin, do solemnly affirm that I qualify to hold the office of councillor for the village of Sayward, to which I have been elected. I have complied with the provisions of the Local Government Act in relation to my election to this office. I will abide by all rules related to the conflicts of interest under the community charter. I will carry out my duties with integrity. I will be accountable for the decisions that I make and the actions that I take in the course of my duties. I will demonstrate leadership and collaboration. I will perform my duties of office in accordance with the law.
And next, I'll call on councillor-elect Sue Polson.
I, Sue Polson, do solemnly affirm that I am qualified to hold the office of councillor for the village of Sayward, to which I have been elected. I have complied with the provisions of the Local Government Act in relation to my election to this office. I will abide by all rules related to conflicts of interest under the community charter. I will carry out my duties with integrity. I will be accountable for the decisions that I make and the actions that I take in the course of my duties. I will be respectful of others. I will demonstrate leadership and collaboration. I will perform the duties of my office in accordance with the law.
Yeah, put it between you. Oh, there we go. Right. See you at the table. Okay. Thanks. And just for everyone's reference, Councillor-elect Tom Tinsley has already taken his oath as he could not be at the meeting tonight in person. So he's here via Teams. Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations, everyone. We are going to call the meeting to, well, that's already been called to order. I apologize. We're going to start by, I just want to say that I'm looking forward to the next 4 years. I think it's going to be exciting. We've got some new blood on council. We just have to always keep in mind why we're here. And as I believe I've said to every one of you before, it's not us that as individuals that are important. It's the job that we do. So welcome to council. Council appointments and portfolios. The mayor usually makes appointments and recommendations at this meeting, and that council at a whole decides the appointments. So recommended resolution that the mayor, Mark Baker, be appointed to the Strathcona Regional District Board and Councillor Tom Tinsley be the alternate. And Councillor Paulson to attend the Comox Strathcona Regional Hospital Board and meetings and the Comox Waste Management Committee meetings. The alternate would be myself, Mayor Baker, and Councillor Gilkin. Be appointed to the Vancouver Island Regional Library Board, and Councillor Bouchette be the appointed alternate. And the library board will meet about 4 or 5 times a year. You will be getting a schedule. And that Councillor Bouchette be appointed as the village representative to Sayward Futures. And Councillor Gilkin will be appointed as the alternate. And that Councillor Bouchette will be appointed to the Mid-Island Forest Land Advisory Group. And Councillor Gilkin will be the alternate. Now, the Mid-Island Forest Advisory Group provides and organizes regular input to the Western Forest Products, Sustainable Forest Management, and the Mid-Island Forest Operations. They meet approximately 6 times a year. And that Councillor Tom Tinsley will be appointed as Deputy Mayor. The Mayor selects Deputy Mayor, and we'll look at all these appointments again in the following year, in a year from today. And that Mark Baker be appointed as the Island Coastal Economic Trust ICE-T representative, the mayor of the village. The mayor of the village, the Island ICE-T representative by law, no alternatives. So nobody else can be on that board. No alternates as well. The mayor has to attend 2-3 meetings of the Regional Advisory Board, The RAC appoints members of the ICE-T board, and they're planning an orientation on the RAC on November 18th. And that all council members be appointed to the committees of the whole. So do I have a motion, please? Second?
I'll second that.
Discussion? Oh, geez, your volume came in nice there, Councillor Tinsley. Okay, do we have discussion? Any comments? No? Okay, all in favor? Opposed? Seeing none, motion is carried. Now, just as a note, council will previously discuss, we will be discussing the Emergency Preparedness Committee and Events Committees. If council wants to look the future of creating these 2 committees, staff recommends that a report be brought back outlining the purpose and the composition, and that staff should also, we need to think about how it's going to be administrated and how it's going to be funded. So I know I had a conversation before with Councillor Tinsley about the Emergency Preparedness Committee, because that's something that's important to him. So we will have, at one of the council meetings coming forth, we'll go over the rest of the committees. Then we'll assign people at that time. There's some of the committees that were not on this list because we're not sure whether or not they're even active at this point. So until we have confirmation that they are active and running, we're not going to appoint anybody until then. Fair enough?
Yes.
Okay. A voice of above. Recommend a resolution that the council appoints a listed inclusive and recommended by the Mayor Mark Baker be approved and take effect today, November 1st, 2022. And the staff bring back all appointments in November 2023. Do I have a motion, please?
I'll move that.
Motion. Thank you. Second. Discussion. All in favor? Opposed? Motion is carried. Adjournment. That the inaugural council meeting from November 1st, 2022 be adjourned. Sorry, not yet. CAO.
You mentioned that you want to look at the Emergency Preparedness Committee and possibly other committees, but you didn't give us any direction on when to bring that back to you.
When's is the next meeting jammed? It is? Okay, so the one after that. In December, that'll give you enough time? I'm sorry, we'll put that in the resolution. Let's put that in the resolution. Do you have a resolution to bring that back in the December meeting? Do I have a motion, please? Second,
I'll second that.
discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Seeing none, motion is carried. Okay, back to the resolution that the inaugural council meeting for November 1st, 2022 be adjourned. We're done. Thanks for coming, everybody.